associated with the first one that we studied was associated with glaciers, number one. Then we discussed about wind, and then we discussed about rivers, and now we will discuss the next and the last important part of geomorphic landforms and geomorphic erosional landforms and depositional landforms that are result of the interaction of seawater, and they normally occur at a place we call it a coastline. Coastline से क्या आपके mind में आता है? What do you think? What is a coastline? Can anybody just say something? What do you think a coastline is?
साहिल सर
Sorry?
साहिल की पट्टी जो सी होती है
Yes,
उसको
yes,
कहेंगे
that is the coastline. And Pakistan, the coastal areas are located where Arabian Sea. If you see the map of Pakistan, the, roughly the areas in the Balochistan province and the Sindh province, this is the Arabian Sea, and this place that where the land of Pakistan it meets the Arabian Sea, that is called the coastline. Coastline के साथ there are many things associated, especially in terms of human development. You guys know we have very important port of Karachi, and now we are making another one in Gwadar, and so and so on. So the future of the countries and future of the environment and future of the generations actually lies in the proper management of coasts. If the coasts are not properly managed and if their erosion rates are higher and there are better processes that are going on, then the chances are there that the place that we can use for trade can no longer be available in future because of the poor management. Coastal management and coastal geomorphology is also an important topic in geomorphology, as is the glacial wind and the fluvial or river process. We have a coastline, and there are obviously interaction of humans because humans interaction is very important, and we can largely increase the rates of the coastal erosion. And what coastline is, its introduction, then the importance of coasts because of their economic value. Maybe you guys have listened the name of CPAC, and CPAC is also associated with the development of Gwadar port and linking that Gwadar port to the Chinese road network and railways network that can eventually lead to the development of the area. Then we need to know the classification of coasts. What different types of coasts are there? Are there any differences in the coastal morphology in different countries and different zones? What are different coastal features? Are the coasts divided further into various types? We'll see. What are the beaches? The most famous part of the coastline all over the world where people they go by the summer and see the heat. how the coastlines are formed, what are the processes behind, what type of sediments and what type of rocks are present on the coast, and if there are different type of rocks, different resistance present, and what impact it does have on the formation of the coastline, what is its definition, and how the coastlines were discovered, and what are different features associated with overall coastline. Coasts are very abundant natural resource. They are not less than the island gas resource, जैसे oil and gas are important. Similarly, we have the importance of the uh, coastal landforms. As you guys know, most of the world's population uh, used to live जब पहले शहर आबाद हुए, they were used to live along the rivers because it is easy to get ample supply of water. Or nowadays, most of the people they like to live in coastal cities because the coasts they favor a huge amount of jobs. Similarly, like in Pakistan, our largest city is Karachi, and Karachi is located on a coast of the Arabian Sea, and approximately half of the population in the world lives in 60 kilometers radius of the coast. You can see the importance of coastal processes. As you guys know, coasts also play a very important role in the global transportation because when the transport mediums before the use of air traffic, most of the world was using sea to transport the goods from one country to another. Another part is the scenery that you see at the coast for its touristic importance. People love to go to countries like Thailand, like Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Maldives to see the natural beauty of the sea and see where the land meets the sea, that is the coast. And countries they generate a great amount of their revenue based on their tourism and the beautification of their beaches. You will see that whenever if you have a chance to go to a coast, you will see the continuous movement of these water bodies towards the land. This continuous movement is actually driven by the presence of winds that carries these waters to splash on the beach, and you can see that there are various type of sediments that are present on the beach and different type of geomorphic features and landforms that are present on the. There has been several attempts to classify shorelines. However, the one presented by Francis Shepherd in 1937 and then revised in 1963 is mostly accepted. He mentioned that the coastline is an area that is the edge of the land along which the sea or other large body of water meets, so it is called a coastline. You can see here a beautiful serene and peaceful coastline in which water is present, and then there is a big human interaction that is present on this coast. And so if the water level increases in this area, then the chances of drowning this city are higher. Like for example, if we increase the sea level by 10 meters, then maybe most of the populations that are living near the coastal areas can get underwater, and the it can cause loss of life as well as loss of important property in terms of land. Managing these coasts and understanding the coastal features is of vital importance any country around the world. The formation of coastline, how they are formed, of course, there are waves, then there are tides and currents that help to create coastlines. Coastline is, as we said, is the boundary between the land and the sea, where the sea meets the land, and the features or the development of the coastline is depend on the presence of waves, tides, and currents. So, as you guys know, in geomorphology, we always talk about two things. The first thing is that we have the formation of erosion. Erosion is that when the waves are stuck or waves or tides, they interact with the rocks. So they actually break down these rocks, and eventually all of these rocks will become into sediments. And when the waves or tides they have lesser velocity, they dump their material in places that we call as the beaches. So we have the formation of erosional features along the coast where we erode the sediments, and beaches are the places where these sediments are commonly deposited. Classification as well, like we have discussed previously in the classification of rivers and fields, that there are normally two types of features that are present with the geomorphic process. One is the erosional part, the other one is the depositional part. Similarly, in coastal landforms or coastal features, we have two types. We have the deposition and erosion, and most dominantly, the thing that is present on the coast are the waves, and most of the geomorphology, the landform geometry, it depends on the waves. Then comes the beaches. As we said, beaches are commonly the result of can you please to join the class, please mute your mic. So as we said, beaches are formed as a result of transportation and piling up of sediments along the shore. So the motion when the waves they move towards the land. Remember the yellow color they use it for land, and the blue color they use it for sea. So the sea waves when they splash or swash on the beach on the, on the land. So the sediments that are carried by these waves are actually deposited on the land because the velocity is increased when they are moving towards the land, and when they are moving backward, जब वो वापस जाती हैं waves, they have lesser velocity, and as a result of that they just deposit the sediments that they were carrying. We can say that the motions or the processes that are occurring on the beach are to and fro, in which the waves are swashing on the beach and backwash. It means it is to and fro type of motion that continues, and you can see how dynamic that process is, and it continues as we speak 24/7, and it is a process that leads to the formation of features that are associated with the coast. So here we have a cross section of a beach, and you can see here there are two types of water here. We have the high water and we have the low water. High water is when the water levels are higher, and low water when we have a low water level. You can also see the classification where we call it offshore, the areas where the water level is low. Beyond that, we call them as offshore. Then we have the foreshore. Foreshore is an area from low water level to high water level. Okay, that is the place with that we call as the foreshore. You can see the beach. Beach is actually the place from low water until the sea cliff we call as shore or beach. You can also see some of the elevated areas that are the result of the sedimentation from the seawater. We call them as berms. You can also notice the presence of terraces, just like the terraces that we studied in the fluvial uh, processes. These are called the wave cut terraces. Then we have the sea cliff, the vertical rocky face that is present on most of the beaches. We call it as a sea cliff, and you can see the coastline or the coast that we characterize is the place where the land and water they interact. You can see here as well. However, you guys need to remember that all this area, starting from the where we have the cliff area until the offshore area, it is the coastal area. Coastal area is quite bigger. Then you can see the beach, the near shore, and the offshore. It is another classification, and you can see different zones, especially the surf zone. Maybe you guys have seen people doing surfing along the waves. and you can see that the waves become stronger when they are interacting, when they are near to the land, and they become less and less strong or become weaker as they move away from the beach. You can also see that the breakers are the places where we have the breakdown of the waves, just like breakers are the places where we have breakdown of the waves that are interacting with the beach. Similarly, you can see uh, a cliff that has also been formed as a result of coastal erosion over the geological time, and you can see the deposition in terms of the bars and burns, and we will see each one of them in greater detail. However, you guys need to know that beaches are one of the observable features, and they also change based on the season, and in some places they can also change daily because the interaction of water and interaction of waves on the land continues, and it is an ongoing process 24/7. However, you guys need to remember, like the sediment that is carried by the beach or by the coastal are mostly sand size. Sand size materials are the most common type of sediments that are carried by coastal processes and coastal landform. Like for example, you guys remember that when we were talking about glaciers, glaciers can carry anything ranging from boulder to clay. Then we discussed about wind. Wind mostly carries sediments that are silt or fine sand size. Then we discussed about rivers. Depending if the river is at a higher altitude, younger stage, then it will have more coarser sediments. When it reaches to its mature stage, it will carry granule and sand. And when it reaches its old stage, it carries silt and clay. Similarly, the waves or the coastal waves, it carries mostly sediments that are of sand size. So you guys can see the interaction of these various processes and the link they have with each other. And overall, these processes, they are not only important in geomorphology, but they are also important in a science we call as sedimentology, in which all these sediments, when they are converted into a sedimentary rock, they give in rise to a new subject. We call it as sedimentology. Well, with that, we will continue tomorrow to understand different landforms that are associated with the coast. And if you guys have questions related to today's topic, we can discuss.